Hello, angels. Welcome back to the Cosmic Taylor. If you're new here, I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. And today, for some reason, my door is wide open, which is interesting because I never do that. And I didn't notice until now. But yeah, so look what I have. I have this wonderful jar full of a bunch of cute little colorful papers in which I wrote down like a ton of different tarot reading prompts. So we're just gonna pull one, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna have a freaking blast and a half. I know it. I know it's gonna be fun. Okay. So, angels, ancient ancestors, universe, spirit guides, higher self, Mother Earth, and God, all of the beings of the highest light and the most divine, come with unconditional love. What do you want us to read on today? Wait. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's find out. I'm excited. I'm sorry. This is like actually so much fun to me. Oh, okay. This is fun. What's the bigger picture? 111 on the timer right when I said that. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a couple of decks and I think I'm gonna do Charmies for this one too. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a couple decks. I'm kind of excited. What is the bigger picture here, Spirit? What is the bigger picture for the collective? And what would you like them to hear? What would you like them to know? Change you want that? Change you want that? Oh, okay. Which one you want that one? Okay, okay, so then what was the point? Oh, just to check. Okay. Checking things just to check things. That could be something going on with you right now, or maybe that's something that Spirit is trying to get you in the habit of, being consistent on checking things just to check on them. You don't have to, like, stalk things, but being more aware and actively paying attention to things a little bit more, especially things that you, like, notice fall between the cracks. Interesting. Which way did you want that one, Spirit? All right. Okay. And which way did you want that one? Perfect. Awesome. Can we get some clarifiers with the Citadel deck, please? There's some like really heavy energy around you, or that you are currently purging at this moment. If you're not used to like 246 on the timer, if you're not used to being in like the spiritual community, which I severely doubt, because I'm a very small tarot reader, so like, you know, to be here you have to be pretty intentional, but clear. Purging in the sense of actually like pushing out old energies and cleaning out old mindsets, old feelings, old ideals, old morals, or old things that just don't really apply to you anymore, you know what I mean? Pushing those kinds of things out. But it doesn't feel like you're actively doing that, respectfully. 333 on the timer, collective. What's up with the Seven of Wands? Can we clarify the Seven of Wands, please? Clarify the Seven of Wands. I'll take that one. Can we clarify this? Okay. Can we clarify this World card, please? Okay, we'll take that one. And can we clarify that, please? Which way did you want that? Okay. Oh, interesting. So, there is something, painter, with productivity and creation. Okay, there is something that has to do with your, what's it called? Your North Node. Something that has to do with your North Node, okay? You are currently moving through this transition in life where you are actively aligning with that energy. North Node energy is energy that you are not used to. It is the direct opposite of the energy that you are used to, the direct opposite of the energy that you have mastered. It's very, very uncomfortable. 4, 5, 6 on the timer. This is a very uncomfortable phase for you, because with the Ten of Swords being clarified by the Alchemist in the reverse with invention, balance, and destruction, you're not allowing things that need to be pushed out to be pushed out. It's like you're letting them simmer in the pot, and it's getting to the point where it's kind of like burning and ruining your pot, you know? You might smoke, no judgment. But with this Ten of Swords energy, it's like you actively having to look at the swords that are still in your back, because like I'm hearing porcupine. You literally look like a porcupine with how much people have hurt you and betrayed you. 5, 4, 3 on the timer in your life and in your past, right? I'm gonna take this off too. Notice how I'm like actively getting more comfortable, choosing to take action to make myself feel more comfortable, make myself feel more I don't want to say relaxed, because this is very, like, very anxious vibes. Like, this is very, like, but, yeah, there's, like, this energy here where you are really struggling to balance this energy, because you're really suffering, but you can't seem to admit that, or maybe you can't really seem to express that, because maybe you've been going through your life for a very long time and it's been really easy for you to not express that or admit that, because like it's been things that you can't really actually put out there for the sake of the Seven of Wands energy, because like having the Ten of Swords and Seven of Wands energy out here, it really does seem like you've had to do a lot to protect yourself. You've had to do a lot to defend yourself. You've had to do a lot to make sure that you are not actively being assaulted. And I mean that in the sense of, I meant to say insulted. I think I said insulted. Did I say insulted? Maybe you went through things that really were extremely, extremely traumatic. And I'm really sorry for that. Nobody deserves to go through experiences like that. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Nobody deserves to feel that way. And so I can see why it'd be really scary for you to let go of this pain, because it's so familiar. It's so familiar, and it's something that you understand. It's something that you can find comfort in. It's something you can find comfort in. And it's hard because this comfort that you feel from this, it's actively poisoning you. And it is actively hurting you. You are bleeding out on the street, right? And the entire thing is like, the bigger picture of all of this is that the pain that you're feeling right now, it is very, very temporary, but it is still pain that you need to heal. It is still pain that you need to push out. You know what I mean? Because with all this other energy over here, we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Warrior, the World with the Assassination in the reverse, the Assassin in the reverse, the Assassination in reverse. Oh my God. 842 on the timer. Like, it's like exponential regression. That's interesting. And then we have the Star being clarified by the Runaway. And it's like, the bigger picture here is that you are actively going down the right path for you. You are actively doing what is right with you, that you are actively doing what is aligned. But there is a deeper reason for the way that you've been moving. There is a deeper reason as to why you've been doing the things that you've been doing. And it's like, you don't want to acknowledge those deeper reasons. It's like, because going through the process of confronting these really uncomfortable truths, these really painful truths that exist within you, it's so much harder because that means you have to be really real with yourself about the people you're surrounded by, the community you have, the work that you go to, or the work that you do, or the types of energy that is constantly circulating within your life. And you'd have to acknowledge and recognize that most of it, if not all of it, is lethal and is what is causing this insane pain, right? It's what's causing that comfort, because one and the same, right? What traumatized you and what hurt you, you like took your power back in a sense, but it wasn't in a way that like actually empowered you. It was in a way where you were just like strengthening yourself. It's like microdosing with poisons, you know, so that you can become immune to them. But the thing is, it's like, it's still poison, and you're still really hurting yourself in the process. Even if you do end up becoming, even if you do end up not having any kind of ailments when poisoned with that specific poison, you know what I mean? I find it interesting that I pushed my hair back. I don't typically do that 11-11 on the timer. I was thinking it's like clearing the third eye. Yeah, because it's the bigger picture energy, which is interesting because it's like, if you look at it, it's yellow, and that's solar plexus energy, which means like this is heavy on some humanity, like heavy in your will, heavy in your want, your need, or your spark to express and experience life. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna put you back in there. It's like, that's exactly the thing that's been getting attacked the most for you. It's what's been getting like ripped to shreds, and I'm hearing the word assaulted again. It's crazy. Like, you never fucking deserved that. No. Because even if it wasn't, here's the thing, even if it wasn't in a physical way, if it happened in a way where it affected you deeply in a mental space, like where you were mentally abused, or where you were emotionally abused, or even spiritually abused, religious abuse, it doesn't have to be in a sexually violent way to exist. It can be just the religion being violent, because there are plenty of people out there that use religion to push violence. Okay? There are plenty of ways to be hurt and traumatized in this world, and people really do struggle with actually finding places where they can be authentically expressive of themselves without getting hurt for it. And it doesn't seem like you were ever able to find that place with the warrior card. And it's like, the describing words here are perfectionism and burnout. It feels like there might be an entire issue where you were actively trying to change yourself or fix yourself for the sake of acceptance or love from others. Maybe there was like an entire struggle that you were going through where people were expecting a certain version of you, but you, like, that certain version of you was too small, or that box that they were putting you in was too small, and it wasn't representative of who you really are on your core level, right? The world with ruthlessness and conviction in the reverse. Yeah, it's like it feels like you're just allowing yourself to float through life, and it's not in a way that's like, it's not in a way that's like, it's not in a way that's good for you. Yeah. It's not in a way that's good for you, because like, you're not learning anything new, right? You're not really expanding. You're just trudging forward and looking for better, but you're not allowing yourself to experience truly better. 1441 on the timer, because you're still in this frequency of pain and suffering, because you're still stuck in this area of being hurt. Yeah. And it's so interesting that this is all coming out this way. Like, this is a really hard message. But like, the thing is, it's also a very beautiful one, because the thing is, like, the universe really wants you to acknowledge and recognize that you are very, very, very beautiful. You are a very great person. You are very, very unique, special. You're the star. You're showing up as the star in this reading. Like, and it sucks because it's like, you're in this energy of like, you're just so ethereal. Literally, you're just so ethereal, which is interesting because this is the ethereal visions deck, and I got it specifically because of the visions part, and we wanted to see the bigger picture, you know? And so it's like, the fact that it's like, you're the bigger picture here. You're the bigger picture here. That's what's up. It doesn't matter how many times you have to go through these cycles. It doesn't matter how many times you have to go through these, like, lessons over and over and over again. Spirit will put you through the same lessons over and over and over and over again. They will lead you through the same path over and over and over again until you learn. This is something that I think you're completely aware of. I think this is something that you've actually lived and experienced already, right? And so you know, it's interesting that I'm putting my hair back. It's like you're trying, like, you've learned to listen. You have learned to listen to Spirit, because Spirit has never tried to lead you astray. Spirit has done a lot for you in life, and like, one thing that I say a lot is that I will always trust Spirit more than anybody that I know in this physical realm, because Spirit has never done me dirty like people have. Spirit has never done me dirty like people have. 1717 on the timer. And I literally, like, have been going through a lot of phases and cycles lately where I'm trying to figure out what's, like, still sitting inside of me that isn't, like, it's like, it's still, like, there's something unsatisfying about this, right? There's something that doesn't feel quite completed about this, right? My brother's turtle right now has been trying to climb up into his bowl for ages. Hold on one second. Anyways, it's literally like that, where you've been just fighting and trying so hard to climb and climb and climb and get to a point where you're like, okay, why is this still here? Like, once upon a time, I was told by, let's say, like, you did go through religious trauma. Once upon a time, I was told by, like, the pastor, the priest, 1818 on the timer, or my mother, even, my grandmother, or, like, my grandfather, or my dad, or something, you know? They told me that I needed to live like this and do things this way and exist like this in order to be happy, and it didn't make me happy, even when I did it perfectly. And so I left and I did something different, and I found friends, and they made me feel a little bit better, but then I still wasn't happy and something still wasn't clicking. And so I stopped being friends with them because it turned out that they weren't the best kind of people towards me, and they weren't exactly doing me many favors when it came to feeling better, when it came to healing. And so I left, and then I found different friends, and they were really cool for a while, but we didn't connect the way that I thought we would connect, and it didn't make me feel any better, and like blah 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 blah, right? And just going through all of these motions and getting to this point where it's like, you now are at a point, like, with the star energy, the world energy, and the Wheel of Fortune energy, like, everything is moving in your favor right now. Everything is moving in your favor. But you've had to exist in this like fight or flight of survival for so long because you have yet to find peace or community or alignment within people or within groups or within like just community in general. And so now you like, while this beautiful energy is out here, you're showing up as the warrior, the assassin in reverse, and the runaway. Give me one more second. Right. I wanted a snack. Go get you a snack. And a drink. If you haven't had like a drinkity drink for a while, go get you a drinkity drink. Like, I don't know, chai or matcha or coffee or tea or juice or lemonade. I don't know, something. Go get you something. Go get something. Go. Come back. Anyway, you're just like stuck in this kind of space of this energy where it's like, oh my God. Where it's like the primal human parts of you that are like, if I exist in a different way, I will die, are going up against the soul parts of you that are like, if I keep existing this way, I will die. And the universe is like, both of you, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. All right? Like, it is serious because the way that your body and your mind is operating, it's like your ego, the way that your ego is operating, it's suffocating your soul. And then the way your soul and your heart are collaborating, the way that your consciousness is collaborating, it's literally suffocating your humanity. Your ego. It's making it really, really hard for you to find like a good balance between the two, because it's like they're going head and head right at each other. Like they don't want to collaborate. It's like you don't want to understand yourself. You don't want to look at these parts of yourself. You don't want to be aware of these parts of yourself. You just want it to be fixed. You just want it to be different. And it's interesting because I've been tapping into this energy recently where it's like, even if you did get the blessings that you wanted right now, you wouldn't even see them as the blessings. 2222 on the timer, you wouldn't even see them as blessings. You would just see them as the next stepping stone that you needed in order to get to where you wanted to go, when it's where you wanted to go. You reached the destination. You just don't see that. My heart goes out to you, collective. This is hard. This isn't easy. And it doesn't help because over here we have entire like we have the energy of somebody else or something else at the very least that has been working against you this entire time. The energy of something that, or somebody that has actively been trying to sabotage you. And it might be you, if that's what it feels like, if that's what resonates. It might literally just be your ego. It might literally just be your soul, right? Your soul will never try to sabotage you though. So it's like probably your ego. It's probably your mind. Or it's people that are projecting their egos onto you, right? Either way though, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the timer, it's been really hindering your progress with this. Self-worth. Your self-worth. It's been really getting in the way of you understanding that you are valuable. You are inherently valuable. I heard intrinsically valuable. I don't even know what intrinsically means. But you are. You're so valuable. You have so much to offer. You have so much to give. And the entire thing, 2424 on the timer, this entire time, especially with the assassin showing up in the reverse, and Like, just the fact that you are showing up in these energies of like the alchemist, the scholar, the warrior, the assassin, and the runaway, right? You're really like, you crave betterment. Like with the alchemist, you crave better, like, balance, alchemy, right? The magician, right? You crave, like, I'm hearing perfecting your craft. You crave to learn all of the things. You crave to be strong. You crave to be the best in the field. You crave to be you crave to be loving. You crave to be soft. And you crave to be accepted. With the runaway here, secrets, running from problems. It's like, that's kind of what it feels like. You want to be accepted, you want to be loved, you want to be seen, but like after getting hurt, attacked, torn apart for showing yourself, revealing yourself of who you are, you don't want to try and show yourself anymore. You don't want to put yourself in that position, and you don't even think about it anymore. It's not even a thought that crosses your mind. You just don't even let it happen. You don't allow people to see you. You don't allow people to see you. You only allow them to see what you want them to see. With the assassin in reverse, you don't go out of your way to be cruel. You go out of your way to be kind. You don't go out of your way to be disrespectful. You go out of your way to be the utmost respectful you can be. You don't try to hurt people. You try to heal. And you coming out as the assassin in reverse and like that being clarified by the world, it's like the end of this cycle where you're not a killer, collective. You're not a killer for being yourself and expressing yourself authentically. When people are triggered by you, it is not your problem. It is not your fault. And that's not even coming from a place where it's like, don't trigger people, or like if you trigger people you're bad, you're awful, because you're not. And I'm not saying don't take responsibility for when you do cause harm or when you do hurt somebody, but what I am saying is that when it happens, that is their lesson to learn, not yours. You've learned your lessons from being triggered. You've learned your lessons from being hurt. Now this is kind of like the final one. This is like the final cycle, because with the World card coming out here, it's like you're finally recognizing these things, and you're finally acknowledging the way you've been treated, the way you've been hurt, the way that people act towards you, and the way that people are towards you. And it's making a lot more sense as to why you were constantly leaving things behind, right? You might have felt like you were running away from your problems, that you were never actively trying to fix them, but it's just the opposite, you know? You have been actively trying to fix your problems. It's just that you were always looking for the solution outside of yourself. And down that entire line, so many people, if they were in the same position as you, they would have gone out of their way and caused harm. So much harm to other people. But you instead caused healing. You caused ripple effects of healing people, of raising people's vibration, of bringing joy, prosperity, and love towards people. And that is the gift that you are. You're the star. You're the star. You're there for people when things fall apart, and they can look up and they can cry without feeling judged, and they feel seen. That's you. That's who you are. And nobody gets to shame you for that. Nobody. Just because it's hard for people to accept or acknowledge just how grand you are, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. It's not your problem. Like, you went down this path, and every step of the way, you learned, you discovered, you found new things. You mapped new stars. Isn't that gorgeous? With fate, oh my god, accepting help and guidance. Look. You see that? Come on now. You see that? You actively went out of your way to try to get the help that you needed multiple times. And every single time the answer always came back to spirit, and the answer always came back to you. You were the person that was going to save yourself. You were the person that was going to help yourself. You were the person that was going to make it at the end in the first place, no matter what anyways. So keep living like that. Keep going. No need to stop or slow down. No need to stop or like judge yourself. There's no need to hurt yourself or be angry with yourself. 30-30 on the timer. Like, yeah, there's no reason that you should be so cruel or hateful towards yourself because you're not fully healed. Love yourself, please. Please. Because that's one way that these wounds are finally going to heal. Because you're going to be able to look at them and say, despite how hard it is for me to feel good about the things that happened to us, I feel good about the fact that you walked away being the only one injured. And I love you, and I'm sorry that you got hurt, but I love that you are the only one, 3113 on the timer, that you allowed to get injured. You didn't allow other people to be hurt. Not by your hand. And when everybody is dead and gone and looks back on everything, confirmation, they're all going to be like, wow, angels really did show the most love, compassion, and kindness they possibly could have at every freaking opportunity. And even when they didn't, even when they weren't, even when they messed up, even when they were cruel or when they were conniving or disrespectful, they always felt guilty and they always made up for it. Maybe once upon a time you weren't that way, but you are now. And that within itself is enough for celebration. Do you know how much growth it takes to do that? Do you know how much growth it takes to do that? 32-23 on the timer. Clear. It takes so much growth, dude, okay? 32-32 on the timer. It takes so much to get to this point. It takes so much. So I'm not going to read everything on this because this is the Rumi Oracle, which if you know, you know. But I am going to read the bits and pieces that Spirit guides me to read. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to read part of like the first thing of it to you, and then I'm going to go through and read like probably like a good chunk of it, maybe all of it, and then I'll tell you what messages that really jumped out for me, for you. You okay? That sound good? Spirit, we only want one, please. Which way do you want that? Oh. Which way do you want that? Which way did you want that? Okay. Times 10 on that energy. And which way did you want this one, Spirit? Okay. All right, collective, this energy is actually so freaking gorgeous. This is so beautiful. I'm gonna show you. Look, we have the right choice. Card number 29. 29 could be a significant number for you. Excuse me. Divine discontent in the reverse with the number 12. 12 or 21 could be significant numbers for you. You could be 12 or 21. I hope you're not 12. I really hope you're not 12. Because this is just that, first of all, what's the theme of this reading? Devastating. But second of all, YouTube wouldn't like that very much. I guess, listen, man, YouTube is freaking weird. I don't like YouTube anyway, it's fine. I love YouTube, but I hate it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, And then Sacred Union, number 19. 3434 on the timer. Oh my god. Love. Do you see this? Y'all see this? You know what that serves to me? Divine satisfaction. Okay. And then she offers the sacred wine. So drink. Love. Gonna get some charms. Hold on. Okay, so this is super interesting. I have a bunch of these beads that once were like a bracelet for my phone to prevent me from losing them, but then it broke. And so it's like, that is super representative to me, especially with it being 5 beads, 5 of the beads. I don't know why I put them back like that. Detachment. No longer needing these safety guards or safety rails, 3535 on the timer, in order to protect yourself or keep yourself safe, like, or to keep the things that you want to keep safe around you or on you or around you, if that makes sense. Okay? Like, you don't have to do too much. You don't have to do too much. We also have this little, like, pink horsey guy, this little squishy, and it was, like, belly up. So it's like, I don't know what the message was with that, because it fell directly on the Sacred Union, as well as the little white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, the little clock rabbit. Ignore my nails, they're chipping. They were cute and now they're not. I know. I'm gonna paint them to match my toes though for this vacation that I'm going on soon. I'm super excited. We have this thumbs up, which is serving to me. This is like certified, like, yes, certified reviewed. We also have a ring here with a bunch of aquatic animals on it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them super clearly. I have to get my face out. It never focuses with my face. But like, do you see them? You see? Well, that side's like kind of messed up, but like, yeah, there's a penguin, a starfish, a seahorse, a turtle, a dolphin. I want to show you the dolphin at the very least. Come on. She's kind of there, if you can see. Anyways, focus. It landed on the Sacred Union. You might be meeting the person you'll marry. Take that if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. Anyways. And then we have this little charm, which if you watched my other reading, which I hope is uploaded by now, it's called They Think You're a Clown. I had really cute makeup on. I loved it. Oh, I love doing fun makeup. But this is like representative to me of some, like, this represents a heart to me for some reason, being in that circle, and it falling right in between the Sacred Union, Divine Discontent, and she offers the sacred wine, so drink. It's like further evidence to me that like you don't need to protect your heart like this anymore. You're allowed to be vulnerable and expressive because you're just so strong that any attack that people try to put on you anymore, it's not going to have an effect. Equality includes everyone, but it showed up in the reverse. So somebody might be closeted. Maybe you yourself are closeted. Maybe that's one of the things that you're really struggling with. You're not willing to, like, come out or expose yourself to people yet. We have this cute little bow with the star in the middle of it. You are very glamorous. You should look into glamour magic if you're into that sort of thing. You are very, very cute, very cutesy, very soft, very feminine energy. You're very, very nice, and people love being around you. We have the number 4. 45 could be a significant number for you. 545, 4545, 5454. Could be very significant numbers for you. Anyways, so, alright, I just realized that this is actually a cow. Alright, this is a little cow. Actually, the person that gave this to me was named Angel, and, you know, I still wish that guy the best. I really do. I still wish that guy the best. A hole in the stomach. It's like, Yeah, there's something about you that feels very empty. And like, this isn't going to fill that void for you, but you're going to feel willing to show and express that to this person. You're not going to feel uncomfortable with really exposing yourself to this person. 6 could be a significant number for you as well. Your 6th house, Virgo, could be a significant number for you. Number, a significant sign for you. But let's read these messages. Thank you so much for being here, angels, and for letting me read your energy. Like, I literally cannot imagine how hard it is to go through life like this and just not having that kind of support or understanding from people, and like still being here and still being you. Like, I know I say I can't imagine it, but you can't read for collectives that you aren't part of. So it's like, we're in this together. But like, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm sorry. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry. I can't cry. Can't cry. I have cute makeup on. I can't cry. Okay. The right choice. Stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of a tree that is in constant bloom. No meander. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar, and not every up has a down, and not every down has an up. Not every eye has a vision, and not every sea contains pearls. Dang. Within you, I recognize my most trusted friend. We go back a long way before that momentum. Hello? The way I keep like tripping all over my words here. Maybe you feel very embarrassed and scared to like express yourself. It's okay. We're here for you. You'll get through it. Yeah. I bet you'll be patient with me. We go back a long way to before that moment when time began. We knew each other then, even before time was born. So I say, hello, my old and dear friend. So lovely for us to meet again. And I feel how your heart responds with a wave of love, for it is that love that is you, my most trusted friend. What? Winter falls upon us, so spring can bring us new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. I know your heart. I hear it breaking and groaning in darkest night when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. It speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours. There is a murmuring, a questioning. It cries out to heaven, vouchsafe me a blessing. Vouchsafe me a blessing? I have no idea what that word is. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of fulfilling. Not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please, please restore me to wholeness. I can bear this missing piece. I can't, this broken disarray no longer. I listen and I cajole, C-A-J-O-L-E. Don't know what that word is either. That wise heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe this divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquestionable. Only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor for this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union, so sacred, overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity of divine masculine and feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. It happens even now, between my body and spirit, and in yours, and in his, over there, and that woman passing by, all creation in sacred, rapturous embrace. So shocking and wild, this frenzy of loving delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one, and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. Wow. Wow. Can we also talk about how this card, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. It's number 32, and that's my favorite number. She offers the sacred wine, so drink. O wine, giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. Oh, beautiful wine giver, pour me the glass of wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their names becomes yays. Will you say yes to me? I want you with me on a wild adventure. There shall be, oh my gosh, there we shall be, tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Raucous, Raucous, not sure what that word is, and silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illuminated by the golden earth of fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. Beloved, you are being offered a gift that is beyond your understanding. This gift is from the hand of the divine, beloved, an offering to you that will lift you beyond what you have known into your next opening of your inner eye, of your heart, of your soul, so that it may caress the earth with the light of heaven. This may sound wonderful, indeed it is, yet welcome though this gift may be, there is a trick to receiving it, you see. When the wine is offered, you must drink, but also be willing to become drunk. You must be willing to let go of your control. You must trust in what will happen. Trust that you will be cared for, or that you may appear to be the fool. You must be willing to not have all the answers, or indeed any answers at all, my wise soulmate. And trust that this is according to the higher plan and not some inadequacy or error. It's the bigger picture, babes. It's the bigger picture. I really hope all of this comes together. I don't know. I'm gonna have to re-listen to this and everything, as I always do. But thank you so much for being here, angels, and for letting me read your energy for you. If you like this reading, you should comment, share, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. I love you so much, angels. Bye.